Greetings, everyone. My name is Ward Williams, and I'm here at Tidewater Comicon. I'm here with Jeremy Whitley, and you are watching ComicsVerse. So, Jeremy, how are you enjoying the con so far?
Oh, we've had a great time. I think it's a really great con, and it helps that here in Virginia Beach, it's nice to actually go outside here when you're done as well. You know, it's con keeps going all the time. So
yeah, quite a lot to do in the area. So, one of the comic books you're currently writing right now is the Unstoppable Wasp. And what I wanted to ask you was, what was your inspiration for a series that focuses on a female superhero and her role in the scientific community?
Well, I think it started with reading what Mark Waid was doing with her in the Avengers, and I liked that there's both this super intelligent science driven character, but that she's also optimistic. She's excitable. She's bubbly. And these are things I liked about that character, because I think we've sort of missed having that kind of character in as far as female characters in comics in general, because the sort of golden age where science characters were exciting and fun and everything. There just weren't a lot of female superheroes then. And now that we do have, a pretty good supply of female superheroes, we've sort of gotten to this point where all of our scientists are either mad scientists or they're constantly trying to stop whatever horrible apocalypse is coming. And I wanted to have this chance to introduce this, character who sees science as fun and problem-solving and exciting, and has that same sort of excitement for science that you see in, like, Fantastic Four and Doc Savage and things like that. The idea of putting together this group of, female scientists and female geniuses in the Marvel Universe was something that really excited me, and that was, the first thing I wanted to do when they sort of came to me with the idea of doing a series about Nadia.
That's very interesting. But also, speaking of the Avengers, where Wasp got her start, you recently wrote, I think, the most recent issue, or one of the more recent issues of the Avengers, and that starred the infamous Iron Man, also known as Victor Von Doom. What was it like writing this sort of recently reformed villain character?
It was a lot of fun. I've obviously been a fan of Victor Von Doom in various iterations as long as I've been reading comics. Which is, ever since I was very small. Getting the chance to write Dr. Doom in general is really awesome. But getting the chance to write this sort of iteration of him that, Brian Bendis has been writing over in Infamous Iron Man, where it's this character he's trying to do good. He's trying to do the right thing for once. But he's not particularly skilled at it, which is something that's unusual for Victor Von Doom, because he's skilled at everything. Everything he does, he's good at, but being good is not something he particularly knows a lot about. He sort of goes his own way. He's still stubborn and obstinate, and when he sort of pitches the Avengers the idea of working with him, it's like more of a command than a request for a team up. And I like the idea of having him work with not only the Avengers in general, but Nadia, who's this sort of enthusiastic presence that loves science and has a very different perspective on Doom than the rest of the Avengers do.
I've noticed in the Unstoppable Wasp series, you see Nadia or one of her friends talk a lot about the characters, both good and bad, who have had a hand in science, and I think that's really interesting to see that kind of general just acknowledgement, like, these people are smart. I just want to say I appreciate that. I think that's really cool. A really cool element of the series. But also, alongside the Wasp, you've had a hand in writing a lot of other female characters in the Marvel Universe. Is there any particular superheroines that maybe you want to try your hand at that you haven't had a chance to yet?
For Marvel, I would love to... I've written Misty Knight a couple times in short stories. I'd love to write a longer Misty Knight series. I'd love to write something more long-form with her. The same goes for both the female characters and the champions. I love Ms. Marvel. I'm a little scared of writing Ms. Marvel because she's been so well written in her, her main series to date. I would love to write Viv Vision as well. Outside of Marvel, I'd love the chance to write some of the great female characters over at DC. Obviously, Wonder Woman is a big favorite of mine. I like Vixen. I'd like a chance to write Bumblebee as well. They're all really cool characters, some of which have, not quite gotten the due that I think they deserve.
Absolutely, yeah. There's a lot of great characters that I'd love to see you try your hand at. So, as someone who's worked in the industry for a couple of years now, is there anything you maybe about being a writer or just working in comics in general that you know now that you maybe wish you knew when you started that you might like to tell some people who are trying to break into the industry themselves?
I think the biggest thing with breaking into the industry is like one, you have to be persistent. You have to just keep talking to people, keep sending email, keep letting people know when you do stuff. Because I think the two biggest things that I think a lot of comics editors look for that are a little harder to grasp are that that you make comics, like that you know how to make comics, that you're doing it, and that you can do it consistently. Because that's something that I think anybody given 2 years and an infinite budget and a friend who's an artist can make a comic and can probably make a pretty decent comic, but being able to produce like a comic on a regular basis, not to mention monthly, is a very different kind of skill, both for a writer and an artist. So having that resume and having things that you can show off that you've done to show that you can do the job is very important, I think.
Well, thank you for that perspective. Is there anything about your ongoing projects that you maybe like to take a chance to talk about now?
Well, Unstoppable Wasp, the first trade is currently available for sale. So we've got the first 4 issues plus our the issue of All New, All Different Avengers that focuses on her that I co-wrote with Mark. So it's it's a nice 5-issue trade. It gives you a lot of Nadia for the money. So if people want to support the series, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's including all the interviews we did with female scientists in the back of every issue. We were very it was very important to us that be included in the trade as well. So that's been a big thing for us. I would definitely say Unstoppable Wasp is still ongoing. So if people are interested, they can go pick up. Issue 5 is out right now, and it's you can pre-order the next few issues as well. And then both Princeless and Pirate Princess, my 2 ongoing series that are creator-owned, are both coming back this year. So people can keep an eye out for those and check out the volumes that are out there already.
Well, that gives us certainly a lot to look forward to. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm Ward Williams, and this has been Jeremy Whitley. If you're looking for more podcasts, reviews, or interviews like this one, be sure to check out ComicsVerse.com.